Okay, so this is day 2 and I want to show you what is happening with sourdough starter today, and let's go and have a look. So it's a little bit dark. I left it quite late in the evening. So that is actually looking really, really good. We have loads of bubbles, loads of activity, which is really good. It looks a little bit hungry. As you can see, there's a dough separating on the bottom, and that's it. So it looks like there's a little bit of hooch on the sourdough starter, and definitely need feeding. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna feed the sourdough starter. I've got some filtered water, and I'm gonna add some bread flour. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab scales as well, and I'm gonna be feeding this sourdough starter today, and I'm quite excited to see. Can't wait to have my sourdough starter back. Right, so yesterday we added 50 grams of bread flour and 50 grams of water. Mixed it all together, left it overnight, somewhere warm, so I was keeping that on my kettle. And today I'm gonna leave everything as it is, and what I'm gonna do, actually I want to do something before I feed. And so it's a little bit crazy, but because it's got quite a bit of activity on the top, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a little bit of water in the glass. I'm gonna scoop a little bit out. This is completely crazy. I'm not expecting any good results. I'm gonna drop some in the glass. Oh my god, it's floating. After day 1, the sourdough starter is literally floating. That's crazy. So I need to tell you something. So I've just done sourdough floating test, and it's showing it's floating. Now, this is pretty impossible after day 1, but I've got a theory for that. So I've had sourdough starters before, and I think what happened, they say that your home, what's the right word of saying, got those wild yeast in the air somewhere. You kind of gather them together, and I think what happened, I'm guessing this is the theory, that I've had those sourdough starters before. They are somewhere in the air, and every time I make sourdough starters, just kind of. So what I'm going to do today is I'm gonna add double amount of flour and water that I've done it yesterday. So yesterday we added 50 grams of bread flour, 50 grams of filtered water, mixed it all together, left it overnight. Today it looks really, really good. But don't forget, I have had sourdough starters in my kitchen before, and I think even though I lose them sometimes and I make another one, it's easier to make because those wild yeast are already in the air. That's what they say. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add this on the scales, zero that down. I need a spoon, so I'm gonna add 100 grams of flour. So that's it. my jar is getting a little bit too small. That's okay. Tomorrow I will be discarding some. So 89, I need to add a little more. Come on. Right, 100 grams. Right, my jar is way too small. That's one of the things I always struggle, is the jar size. Sometimes I have a jar and it's too big, and then sometimes the jar is too small and it's just... Okay, so the problem I'm having right now is I need to have another jar. So now I need to look for a clean jar. The good thing is I do have some clean jars. That was my other jar that I had, but then I washed it and I'm storing something else. I don't like jars like that with the metal top, because some of them actually got rusty. So because sourdough starter have a lot of, you know, the gas, and that kind of ruins some of the covers. So I think I might need to go back to this jar. Okay, it's not ideal. I've got this jar as well. I'm not entirely sure what to do now. Okay. Well, let me have a look in my pantry if we got any jar that I could... I know, you might think, what the hell is the brush doing in the pantry? I have no idea. Okay, so I will have two. Actually, I've got an idea. This actually will be perfect for what I want to do. So I'm going to add everything in my measuring cup. I'm going to cover with a cling film, and it's going to be quite good for me because tomorrow, like I said, I will be discarding. So that could be perfect. But before I do that, I'm going to add 100 grams of water. Let's see how's that going to go. Okay. As you can see, it's right at the top. Okay, so I'm gonna mix it. See if I can fill that somehow. Okay, so I might add a little bit, makes it worse. Okay, so I've added it all together, I mixed it all together, and now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cover that up and I'm gonna leave that until tomorrow. I'm not gonna bother to put that on a kettle, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave it. And to be fair, I won't even bother to put that in the jar. I think I'm gonna just end up keeping it in this jar, because if you see, there's quite a lot of space left. So I'm not gonna bother, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm not expecting too much of activity today. So that's what's gonna happen. Gonna wait until tomorrow. So now see you tomorrow on day 3.